Taylor's favorite subject for me to talk about: classic Neo Geo Pocket Color games on the Nintendo Switch.
God, I'm just mostly I need to be reminded that people keep doing it.
Yeah, man.
I Oh, that's
This
right, Card Fighters. That's right, I forgot Card Fighters came out.
yeah, this is like the best of the Neo Geo
Like
Pocket
Card
Color
Fighters,
games.
listen, I'm gonna give like a full pass to Card Fighters because it was and still remains debatably the best mobile-based fighting game that's ever been made.
This
I
card.
mean, like straight up.
Yeah, this game is easily like the best game on the Neo Geo Pocket Color by a significant amount because it's really well done. From like, it came out in 1999, like just at the crux of like Pokemon fever is about to take over, so they were like cashing in as hard as they could. This is also the first time SNK and Capcom partnered up.
Oh,
Uh,
before their other fighting games
before the
stuff.
fighting games, this is the first combination of the two companies. So the first crossover for these two is this card game. Done like Pokemon, it was cut up into two games, an SNK game and a Capcom game. This release includes both in one, which is the best way to do it. Nintendo would never do that. That's for damn sure. So yeah, when you boot it up, you choose: do you want to use the SNK deck or do you want to use the Capcom deck? You can get the cards in either game. There's like 300 cards total. No, that says right there as I'm saying it. 300 cards in total. And the SNK collection has been really good for there. The emulation's really good, and the filters are surprisingly like good on these. But
can you explain how this game works?
Okay,
like
when we get to like if we get to like a battle screen on this trailer, pause it, and I can kind of explain it a little
It's the
better.
one, this one right
Yeah,
there, that
this one
screen.
right here. Okay, so this is the easy way. So you can see you got three spots. Your opponent has three spots. You have three spots. Those are your players. Those are your players. Those are the cards you pulled out of your hand. So you got two types of cards. You got the fighter cards, and you've got kind of like action cards. And the battle points are both your attack points and your health. So when it plays a lot like Magic the Gathering or even like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. So when you pull your character out, you choose where you want, put them in the hand, and you attack a card, or you could see like the card that's in like going up against the blank space. That would be like attacking your opponent because you have it's between 2,000 to 3,000 HP is what your opponents tend to have. So you're just trying to knock down their HP. So you want to, take down as many cards as you can and have your field filled. But before you do every attack, they have the option to counter. So when they counter, it's going to eat up. Like if you've got a card, you see Ryu here is 1,000 and they've got 600. Their counter, they're going to knock 600 off of you, and you're going to knock them out. So you don't get to attack the opponent, like the player, because they countered. And you can team up, you can partner up, so you can like two cards if you have enough SP, which is like the special points that you earn throughout the matches. And you can see the like where it says Shin and Cap. You have that's the HP is your player's HP, and the SP is the current SP you have in your hand.
okay.
And you need the SP to use double team moves or use the special cards. And the special cards all have things like shuffle through the deck or just do like an instant attack without sacrificing, because you get one attack per round. And so sometimes it behooves you not to counter to save the HP and, or to pull out a better card so you don't knock yourself out trying to counter an opponent or whatever. And I mean, that's the core of this. So you're just these matches can go on for a long time because you can really just do counter. The computer tends to counter, and that just really draws things out. So you really want to bank SP as much as you can to be able to use like double team moves. So
how do you get
can,
cards? How do you collect the cards?
It's just through fighting. You buy them. You go to like there are like stores in the game where like you can trade this types of cards to get this particular card. Like it's not like using currency to get it. It is like trading cards in your hand to get like special cards and things.
Got it.
Like you're trading them up and stuff. And like it has a multiplayer mode, but it is local only. And so like if you're doing it handheld, like they have a way of like doing this multiplayer stuff on the same handheld together, like holding it sideways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's like one person's using one side and one person's using the other side of the thing. And you have like 2 save files, and so like you're fighting the other save file, not like a friend's deck or something. There's no like wireless multiplayer. But it's also got an RPG mode in it, kind of, where you're trying to become the best card fighter. And there's very little to it, but it's got all that SNK quirk to it. Like you're like in toy stores, beating the champion of this store or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is there some type of like other mode? Because all the video here showed was just the battles, but there's obviously.
Yeah. But there's nothing more to it other than the battles. Like there's no really other gameplay element. It's not like Pokemon where they do some clever like gym puzzles or whatever. It's just it's just card fighting. Cool. And it's a really competent like baby's first card fighter that can really engross you for a long time. Like the battles do go on and on and on sometimes, but all of the art is really cute. It's that SNK NEO GEO Pocket Color chibi style that you've seen. Every fighter uses the same like graphic style, and they just kind of adapted that to the cards. And like, and it's not just limited to like Capcom fighting games. It's got other, Resident Evil's in there and everything from Capcom, and SNK's got other stuff. And I don't know if you noticed, but if you saw in the trailer, your character names are based off of, if you choose Capcom, it's your character. If you choose the boy, you're Cap, and if you choose the girl, you're like Comey. And like in the SNK, and then the SNK one, like if you choose the boy, you're Shin, which is what the S stands for in SNK, and I forget what the girl's name is in it. So they really lean into the love and respect that you may have for Capcom and SNK circa 1999, back when you could respect either company. It's by far of everything. Like I've reviewed the collection, I've reviewed all of the other stuff. This is like the pinnacle of the handheld. It is a really, really good. It's both a good fighting game without any fighting in it and a great card game. Like I couldn't recommend this one enough. Like it's not super expensive on the platform, and you can get really lost in it. You got basically 2 games, even though you really don't. But technically you do, depending on how weird you are.
That's like saying you got 2 games when you bought like 2 different decks of Pokemon cards.
Right? Yeah. It's and it's like one game is the same as the other. I mean, it's like the cards swap between the 2. So just whichever one you like the most is the one to start with. If you like SNK fighting games, then you start with the SNK deck. If you like Capcom anything, you go with the my first playthrough was the Capcom deck, just because I like the cards more. As much as I love SNK stuff and fighting games like King of Fighters and all that stuff, like the Capcom stuff's just more kind of fun and whimsical because there's more variety to it.